Okay. So, I'm actually going to be focusing on essentially working in a different medium than what I'm actually used to. And with this, it's going to be a little bit more of a break, but we're going to be focusing mostly on finding the outline. So we're going to be finding the outline of things. Let's see. So good. Where are my... Tips. Not what I'm looking for. Oh, there they are. I'm dumb. They were just right there. Damn, man. I'm not dumb. Dumb in that moment. That's what it is. I'm dumb in that moment. I am not dumb. We talk nicely about ourselves here. Let's see. Let's use this one to spread some water across. I'm just splashing some stuff down. So next I'm going to take some ink. Accidentally paint part of a feather with it. I wish I had actual ink for this instead. But I don't. And I'm actually kinda, and like you guys can follow along with this. This is a practice kind of like warm-up type thing, mainly to get ideas flowing, things started. And this is following the actual outline and shadow that things have. We're not focusing on making things strict or a certain way. Just what we can make with it. And I'm just working with whatever flow I actually want here. If I see something, I paint it. If I see a particular way a line is moving, I'll do it. And I'm using my creativity to actually further create lines. Just like all of you should, too. Especially if you're doing this along with me. Use your creativity, follow the line, and actually don't be afraid to put darker lines down. Sometimes you need darker, sometimes you need lighter. Be aware of how you're holding things, how you're painting things, how you're writing things. You could do this with a pen even. I'm gonna actually take and use a smaller brush now. Let's see here. I have two of these. Yeah, I have two twos, and one of them is a little bit frayed. I'm actually gonna go about cutting one to be a shape that I want. And where are my other scissors? I'm missing some scissors, but that's fine, I guess. Mildly annoying, but fine. I'm actually just going to be I'm just fine-tuning the shape I'm making with this brush here. And just for reference, this is a cheap brush. If you're going to alter your brush, make sure it's not an expensive one. just gonna fan it out a little. Let's see how it's fanning. Because what I want is I want for it to be like a almost teardrop shape that way. But then for it to be a little bit wider on the sides. Let's see. This other side needs some. There we go. Now I think I got it pretty uniform. I don't know how well you guys can see it. Let's see. There we go. I think I got it pretty uniform in shape of what I want. And what I was going for, I took, let me find it real quick. That's a size 1. Is that a size 2? Yeah. So I took this and changed it into this. So a very fine point one. And it's a little bit stiffer too because it's shorter. So it's going to give a different thing than this. And I'll show that in a moment here. Where and then let me change what I'm listening to for a second here. Because I have ADHD and sometimes can't think without listening to stuff. So now I have this fine line. All right. I need to turn this thing down. And then using the wider edge, I'm actually going to take and darken certain spots. see here. This is a good thing to just practice and do the whole black edges stuff because it makes you think, how is shadow and lines interacting? Shadow and light make up lines. Every line you do is based upon where the shadow and the object and the light all meet. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but Chinese, the whole yin yang thing, it's like in their culture or something like that. I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but essentially you can find both the black and the white everywhere. Good and bad. Every single thing on earth has both. There's a good and there's a bad. And so as I'm doing this, I'm paying more attention to where is the shadow meeting on this flower I wanted to draw. Then, like, for up here, how am I able to use this to define these different parts a little bit better? Where will I put this darker black? So as I'm doing this, I'm actually essentially just trying to add a little bit of definition to what I've done here. And then you can sit and add as much detail as you could ever want. I'm gonna see something else over here. And I really am. This is just, I'm really not doing much thinking. The aim here is just to get the creativity flowing. This is, we practiced a lot, you know, let's take a break, not bring our art to 100%. There's no point in doing 100% all the time. Somebody's gonna think, oh, that's just a cute little drawing. At almost any point in your art. Sometimes doing less is more. And sometimes sitting there doing what I'm doing right now, going, I'm just gonna make whatever the hell I want on this and let my mind just flow. Even if you hate doing that, just put some blops right down on the paper and paint what you see. And eventually, at first it's going to be all things that you want to draw. The more you do it, the more you go, well, wait, I'm not actually seeing what I'm drawing here. I'm making what I'm drawing. Why don't you, why don't I go and, I don't know, make a fish instead? Or make this instead. And this is a good way to get a feel for other things to draw. Not just like only what you want to draw and all of that. But this is a good way to try out those new things without feeling pressured to. The reality is that you're not pressured to do anything. With this, just whatever you think you see. And everyone will see a different thing when you put that blob down. Only you will see what you see. And you can't really control it either. You see, in the beginning when I was plopping down all of those different things, I didn't know where those little droplets were going. I didn't know where the black paint was gonna splatter. I just didn't. But it fell where it fell, and I saw a hand. I saw a hand punching and whatnot, and it was bad anatomy hand, and I was like, I want it like punching a flower, and then I see flame, and I see an arm here, and then I saw a fish there. Oh, maybe I see some grass here. Maybe there's a bee. A giant bee, not just any bee, but a giant bee. Giant bumblebee. So just have fun with it. And I want to give it some big eyes. There we go. And then kind of see an alligator almost right here. It's just an alligator. I don't know why I saw an alligator there, but I did. And I see a bird over here. No, I just see a bird there. And this is very much so, we just stay quiet, paint, we focus. And then, you know, and I kind of see fish coming from the flames. Just think I see a paw there. And really, with this exercise, we're just exploring where our minds are. We're having fun, seeing where our mind is, seeing how our mind is. I just see a bunch of fish over here. Just a school of fish here. I don't know why I keep seeing fish. And with this, I can kind of see just like a little bit of lines just over here. I'm not sure why I see lines there, but I do. And I think I'm done. Now, if any of you are doing this along with, I would love to see yours if you did similar. You can use different colors and stuff too. But like, I would love to see like what's going on in your brain with it too. What you did, what you saw, all of that, because this really is just like a break point. What we're doing is we're bringing everything back. We're bringing our creativity back through this, because if you don't let your creativity flow, you're not going to get it later. And this is one of the biggest things I see in regards to art block. People will be all like, I don't know why I have art block, this, that. And it's because they haven't given themselves enough time to just do it. Don't bother, just do it. Just paint. Let your brain just see whatever it wants to see. And keep going until you feel it is done. Until there is nothing more left to do. And for me, I can't see anything more left to paint. I've seen everything that I think I can see. And as this dries, I'll go and scan it in. I'll maybe even move it to a digital format. Because I do quite like this. That's another thing. If you actually go about painting, and I'm technically supposed to do this more with like actual ink. I don't have any of that other than black watercolor. But like, I did this before and it was a dragon. I saw a dragon. And I did this now and instead I see a hand flaming, the flames turning into fish. Fish swimming around the hand, a gator, a dog, a bird, a bee, a flower at the end. And I mean, it could mean all kinds of things. What matters is that there's effort put into it. And that's it. Just effort. Just keep painting. Think of each stroke you do and what you see and just keep on painting. But yeah, that'll be it for today. Today's focus was recuperating that creativity and doing things, and ideally, like, do it if you're doing along with, by all means, do this and take a break from such strict anatomy learning and actually just do some creativity, do some stuff. This is more of like a warm-up, so this is actually being done before I do a ton more videos so that I have that creativity. If you're looking to get into art a little bit more professionally, you do gotta take those moments, take a step back, do something creative for yourself so that you have that ability to just keep going. But yeah, that is it. Eat, drink, sleep, get anything you need done, get out, go for a walk, do some art, and goodbye.